I'm Leanne Murphy. I'm the CEO of the PEST Surveillance Initiative. We're a DNA-based lab that provides services to growers looking to see what pests are in their fields. PEST Surveillance Initiative was formed in 2014 because Manitoba lacked the capacity to provide DNA-based testing for growers. And we were confronted by a new disease that we hadn't seen before. And so PSI, led by the Manitoba Canola Growers Association, invested with the province in capacity for DNA detection. From this base, we have added other DNA-based tests that address problems that our growers are facing. These are weed problems, they're insects, as well as weeds. So all of them have effects on the farm, but more importantly, they all have DNA that we now have assays or tests that we can look at what that problem is and provide information to the grower about some of the solutions that they could take. So DNA-based tools are really an important advancement for working with pests because traditional crop pathology methods are slow, they're tedious, and they're imprecise. So with DNA-based testing, we can now be more rapid and more importantly, more accurate in what we're looking at. PSI plays a really unique role in taking discoveries that are found in research labs and moving them actually into use of growers. And how we do this is, so we look at a method, we validate it, that it actually works, and then we look at, does it actually work with field-grown material? Because one of the challenges that we have is that sometimes in a lab environment, it does not reflect the samples that we see in the quote-unquote real world. And so that's PSI's role, is to understand, to validate, and then move forward into testing those assays or tests that help a grower get a better answer faster. So as a private company, PSI operates, as a testing service for growers, but we also play that important role of working with our research partners, with government, with industry, to understand how some of their tests would help with the issues that we see in Manitoba. So we do testing, we do validation, and we actually improve some of the assays that maybe are used in other provinces or other parts of the world and make them fit really well with Manitoba. So we're excited to be part of the SeekNet project in two real areas of interest for us. The first one is the potential of some of the mobile or smaller lab tools to help us go to the field rather than having samples come to the lab. And why that's important is in agriculture, it's usually a very quick answer that we want. So if we are able to reduce the time for collecting a sample in the field, preparing it, bringing it to the lab, analyzing it, and sending the results back to the grower, that can only be an improvement in the steps. The second part that we're interested in is the sequencing capacity. Having that available locally in Manitoba is going to be really important for us to understand the unique challenges that we see in this Manitoba environment. Not all pests are the same across the country. Not all pests are the same across Western Canada. So by having that capacity to understand what is unique in Manitoba, to sequence it, identify a marker, and then use that to track that pest is really important for us. And that's the real benefit to us from being part of the SeekNet project. So for industrial user of technology like PSI, the SeekNet initiative really allows us to connect with our peer group who work in research labs as well as in different facilities to provide us access not just to the trained staff and the people who understand how to use the equipment, but they also provide a conduit for us to provide some of our samples back when we find something in the field that we don't understand. So again, it completes the circle from research discovery through validation, through testing, and then back into research. I think it's going to be one of the real benefits of the SeekNet initiative.